clarity from LeeCamp.net. Even a dog knows not to shit where it eats. You've heard that expression, right? Even a dog knows not to shit where it eats. But we are no dogs, and that entitles us to shit where we eat. What we're doing with genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, is shitting where we're eating. You see, corporations produce plants that have been genetically modified for various reasons, and then they feed those foods to us. That doesn't sound so bad in and of itself. They're just fixing up some corn the size of footballs, and apples the size of Newt Gingrich's head, and kumquats the size of Newt Gingrich. Who could have a problem with that, right? But the problem comes in because we're not evolutionarily designed to handle this stuff, and the corporation doesn't want to spend 30 years doing endless testing on the frankenfoods they've created in some lab in a secret location with a crazy scientist who endlessly giggles to himself while holding a pickle in one hand and a caterpillar in the other. If a corporation gives us food that causes cancer 10 years down the road, what the fuck does it care? They've already got the money, and you won't know where you got the cancer. For all you know, you'll think you got it from that alley cat that you let sleep in your bed for a week until you realized he doesn't really love you, he's just using you. I mean, some of these GMO foods have been shown to cause extreme allergic reactions. Let's be honest, Americans nowadays are sometimes allergic to fucking peanuts and gluten, wheat and sunshine, reading and polysyllabic words. I myself am allergic to reality TV shows that don't involve crab fishing. So just imagine how allergic some of us could be to something like pesticide-resistant soybeans. In order for this to make sense, there would have to be intense testing and extreme regulation. Instead, they basically ask a few rats how they're feeling after downing a half-dozen soy dogs and then leave the rest to the EPA and the FDA. But as many of you know, the EPA will tell you it's safe to suck on smoldering asbestos, and the FDA will approve anything that has its own lobbyist. It doesn't give a fuck. What? With a good enough lobbyist, the FDA would approve kryptonite-laced penises as a children's breakfast cereal. Not to mention, GMO seeds leave farmers indebted to multinational corporations, fuck up the biodiversity, enslave already impoverished nations, and have been shown to cause health problems to animals because animals know not to shit where they eat, but they don't know not to genetically modify what they eat. That's our job. That's your Moment of Clarity from LeeCamp.net. Coming up this week on the Moment of Clarity podcast, comedian Jimmy Dore and Janine Garofalo, as well as music from Lillian's Rose. Check it out. It's Moment of Clarity on iTunes for free, or LeeCamp.net, also free. And there's an Android app as well. So check those out and keep fighting. Thanks.
I know about y'all and what you believe. I believe this right now, right here. Not about us dying in a million years. Stop allowing them to build up your fears. I don't know about y'all and what you believe. I believe this right now.